Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Karina Bardot and I'm here to teach a Hatha sequence along with how yoga boosts the power of law of attraction. So this is a topic that I feel doesn't really get paired up too much with yoga. But from my experience, it's very clear that they go hand in hand. So as I was working on law of attraction, I was also working on my yoga sequences, and I realized that when I was doing certain poses, I was attracting certain things into my life. So I just wanted to break it down for you guys to show how it works. So, what is the law of attraction? Now, you may have read about this, you may have seen The Secret, you may have, listened to Esther Hicks or Eckhart Tolle, but there's a lot of different theories around, but I feel like it really comes down to you attract what you are. So how they define it is, it's a universal law which states that you attract into your life the very essence of whatever you focus your attention on, be it positive or negative. And so the problem that a lot of us face when trying to get into the law of attraction and practice all the different strategies is that we end up attracting negative things into our life. And it's because we have all these limiting beliefs that are keeping us from actually attracting the positive things. And it's really based on trust. So yeah, these internal thoughts and perceptions reflect what happens in your external life. So it's really the microcosm to the macrocosm, as above, so below. So yeah, you attract what you are. What you are right now is what you will attract into your life. So that's, who do you think you are? Do you love yourself? Do you feel good about your confidence level? Do you feel good about your finances? Do you feel good about your job? Do you feel good about your relationships? This is what will determine what we attract, because that is what we are. And your reality begins with your perceptions. I really want to focus on that, because your perceptions are really what shape your emotions, your thoughts, and your words. And this is pretty much agreed on now in the quantum physics world, that really everything is based on perception, not just emotion, because your emotions are created based on how you perceive the world around you. So really what this is going to go into is how to change your perceptions using yoga. So the universe is made of energy. I put the U because the universe is really your universe. We are all walking universes. And so our bodies are incredible systems of operation with an organ system, a nervous system, a circulatory system, as well as an energetic twin of the physical body that's actually called the astral body. And this is where we get into the chakras and the nadis, and pretty much just all the energetic little veins that mimic the way that the physical body works. So when we dive a little deeper, we see cells, and even deeper reveals the molecules and eventually atoms. And at the very core of these atoms is energy. So when we break us down to the tiniest little point, all they find is energy. It's pretty much nothingness. And that just can blow anyone's mind, but that's really what energy is. It's really just pure light. We are pure light beings. So the energy that we find at such a quantum level in our bodies is vibrating and buzzing around at certain frequencies. And so different parts of our body have different frequencies. So this is where I get into the chakras. And as you can see here, I hope it's clear enough on the screen, but for each chakra, there's different hertz or frequencies that it should be resonating at to be balanced. So when our chakras are out of balance, this is when things get rough. If our chakras are overactive or underactive, or say they're blocked, this is when it will affect the other chakras. And our chakras are vortexing energy. It's called a wheel. So it's an energetic wheel. And so when it's blocked, it's not functioning properly, and that's going to mess up the other chakras. So a lot of times when we're at our lowest of low, our lowest, point that we've gotten to in our life, that's usually when our chakras are blocked, because it's almost like something getting stuck in the gears, as if they were all rotating gears. It's like they're all just stuck. And so our life, like, we literally feel stuck. It's the microcosm to the macrocosm. So yeah, it's really important to take into consideration what you're putting into your life, what you're absorbing, what you're perceiving, and how it's going to affect your life. So we'll dive a little deeper. So what's the connection between law of attraction and yoga? So when our chakras are out of harmonious alignment, our perceptions, our emotions, our thoughts, and our words are also out of our true harmonious alignment. So which then attracts life situations that are out of our true harmonious alignment as well. Then creating a cycle of energetic stress, emotional and physical disharmony, and unhappiness. So this is usually when we're at our lowest of low. I have been there so many times, which is why I'm teaching this, because it matters so much to me. I have found an out using yoga and law of attraction and really focusing on the chakras. So how do we begin attracting what we really want? So, all right, you have some options. You can work through all of your limiting beliefs to shift your negative perspectives into positive ones. You can get to the root of your emotional trauma to release the energetic blockages. Or you can do the all-in-one option, which is to do energetic body, mind, and soul work that focuses on clearing, balancing, and reactivating the chakras, also known as yoga. Yoga is just such a household name now. It's almost like a cliche. And that's a shame, because I feel that yoga is like gold. It's really the answer to so many of our issues, because it combines an energetic clearing and rebalancing of our body, mind, and soul. This is the trinity of our own universe. Our body is our temple. Our mind is where consciousness resides, and our soul is where we can astral travel. It's all of us, just in one little thing. So really, when we're focused on these three things, we're gonna heal. If we're only focused on our physical and we're ignoring the rest of this, we're not healing. You need to focus on all three in order to actually fully heal. So body, mind, soul, yoga. So this just gives you a little insight into, pretty much what you start with. This is what I started with, which was blocked, overactive, and underactive chakras, which manifest negative situations. So the chakras are blocked by ego attachment, illusion, lies, grief, shame, guilt, and fear. And I can guarantee almost all of us have experienced that sometimes on a day-to-day basis, especially if we have experienced a lot of childhood trauma in our early years. This is what we're programmed with. So how do we get out of that cycle is yoga. Not just yoga, but I do feel that it is one of the best things. But anyway, so cleared, harmonious, and balanced chakras, you get positive manifestations in your life. So that deals with the cosmic energy, deals with insight, deals with truth, love, willpower, pleasure, and survival. And survival in the sense of you're supported. You can trust that you are supported. And that is another thing that goes back to, if you have had some trauma where you didn't feel supported, that is a huge blockage because it's where everything starts. So I just want to point that out. I will be doing a trauma, I'll be getting a trauma certification for yoga, and I'm very excited to present more information like that to you guys in the near future. So a little practice that you can do is to determine what you really want at your core. So this is like the ultimate manifestation. What is it that you really want at your core? So here's the thing, you may not know what you want right now, and that's okay. But if you do, and if you want to, dive deep into that, write it down, and then write these 7 items down so that you can actually work it into manifestation. So step 2 would be to envision yourself having what you desire, and then write down what you see and feel for each of these topics. So first one is to describe your highest, greatest version of yourself, and write your life that you can see. You need to be able to envision it. What do you see as your highest, greatest self? So write that down. How does it feel? What do you see? Second is, what truly inspires you to have this desire? The desire is what you really want at your core. So what is it that's inspiring you to do this, or to have this, or to experience this? And then 3 is to describe the love you feel for this desire. So really describe it. Like, what is it that you love so much about it? What kind of love does it make you feel? Does it make you feel warm? Does it make you feel powerful? Does it make you feel confident? Does it make you feel humble, compassionate? What kind of love do you feel for this? And then the 4th is, what about it makes you feel confident and empowered? This is huge. This is actually where most humans reside, is the solar plexus chakra. What about it makes you feel confident and empowered? So that's something that you'll want to consider. Is it going to feed you? Is energetically feed you? Is it going to make you feel like what you're doing has purpose? And then explain the passion or the creativity that this desire cultivates inside of you. So this has a lot to do with, is it utilizing your potential? And what is it utilizing? And then the 6th one is, what kind of action does this desire make you want to take? What kind of action does this desire make you want to take? So what that means is, all right, you have all these things that you want to do, but what's the first step? Does it motivate you to take that first step? And what is that first step? And then step 3, this is the most important thing. And a lot of people who have trouble with law of attraction struggle with this because they haven't reflected on how great the universe has been to them, how much they already have manifested, and how much they are supported, and how grateful they really are. So step 3 here is to trust fully that this desire will come to you in divine timing. So it may not be the time that you wanted to give to it. It may be several years from now that you end up getting this, but trust that it is coming to you at the time that you're supposed to have it in your life. And then release all your expectations and open your mind to all the possibilities that this desire could manifest in. So just, see, here's the thing. We have very limiting experiences in our life. Because of our limiting beliefs, we've had very limiting experiences. So a lot of things we think aren't possible. I want you to forget about the things that you think aren't possible and just open your mind to them being a possibility. And also knowing that you do not know everything. And there is so much that you cannot control. So you have to give it to the universe or to a higher power, your higher self, God, whatever you like to believe in. You have to give it up and trust that it will come. This is number one. Well, step number 3, but it's really number 1. So anytime you start to feel doubtful, just go right back to trusting. So to get into the chakras, first we're going to start with the root chakra. So to manifest wealth, prosperity, a home, good health, stability, relaxation, and your right livelihood, like the thing that allows you to live, to make money, and to live the life that you want, this all starts in the root chakra. And this is actually when we're first born, actually before we're born. This is already starting to develop in our mother's womb. Whatever she's experiencing, we're also programmed with that as well. So we have to look at, our whole life, even starting in the womb, what we were programmed with, what limiting beliefs were we programmed with. And so there may be some blockages in there. So a good way to release the blockages, to clear them out, to balance them, is to do these yoga poses. So all sitting poses are going to be great for the root chakra. All standing, malasana, which is this one here. Yogis, it's also called garland squat or yogi squat sometimes. Tree pose, warrior 2, and to activate the Mula Bandha. The Mula Bandha is right in the pelvis area, and pretty much if you just squeeze all the muscles in this area, you're activating the Mula Bandha. So this is also activating the root chakra. So the mindset that you want to have when you're doing these poses is grounded and connecting to earth. So you really want to feel like you are one with the earth when you're doing these poses. So here, she's really sturdy with the earth. And the affirmation that you can repeat in your head or repeat it out loud, especially if you repeat it out loud, that's very powerful because our voice has so much power. Our voice just, oh my gosh, that'll be a whole nother video, but so an affirmation is, I am safe and supported. I am safe and supported. And even if you don't physically feel safe or supported, just know that energetically you have so many spirit guides around you, and they are keeping you safe and supported. They are pulling the strings. They are making sure that you are good, that you will be okay. You have to trust. So the second one is the Sacral Chakra. I hope you guys can see this all right. Okay. So the Sacral Chakra is to manifest abundance, fun and excitement, intimacy, adventure, creativity, self-care, and emotional intelligence. So in order to manifest things like this, you can do all the belly poses. That's really going to activate the Sacral Chakra. The happy baby is great for that. Locust pose, bow pose, goddess pose, twisting, anything twisting, and to activate the Uddiyana Bandha, sorry, I said it wrong. And that one is right in your core here. As you activate the Mula Bandha, you also pull in the Uddiyana Bandha. It's really just right in here, and you'll feel this surge of energy come up. It's like this lifting effect. So that's just going to bring energy up through the Sacral Chakra. And my favorite pose for the Sacral Chakra is Goddess Pose. I love Goddess Pose. It feels so right. If you go like this, you could do kind of anything you want up here, but yeah, that's going to really activate. So the mindset that you want to be in when you're in this pose is joy and pleasure. Joy and pleasure is really what we are looking for here. And the affirmation you can repeat to yourself is, I am passionate. For the solar plexus chakra, this helps you manifest self-esteem, energy, transformation, self-discipline, motivation, attention, personal power, and a likable personality. So this is going to be really good for, when you want the courage to put yourself out there and be successful in life, when you have an interview coming up, or anything that just feels like you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you really want to activate the solar plexus chakra. So the mindset that you want to be in when you do these poses is willpower and confidence. And the affirmation is, I am empowered. Some of the yoga poses are all the belly poses, camel, cobra, boat pose, seated forward fold, inclined plane, and also to activate the Uddiyana Bandha. And my suggested pose that I find resonates the best with me for the solar plexus is bow pose. It has this really warm feeling that comes from it, and it's also very fun, and it's very confident, especially when you can, if you're looking at yourself in the mirror when you do it, like if you have a low mirror, and you get your feet, if you're able to be flexible enough to get your feet coming up over your head, it makes you feel so empowered. So that's a really great one. And then for the heart chakra, so the heart chakra is really important because there's actually two heart chakras. There's a higher one and a lower one, and they actually work together. That's the pink and the green. So what happens is the lower self, the root, sacral, and solar plexus talk with the lower heart chakra, and the higher self, the crown, the third eye, and the throat chakra communicate with the higher heart chakra, and then they come together in the middle. And the heart chakra is so important for manifestation. If you're meditating, you want to really focus on your heart chakra. You also want to focus on your third eye to be visualizing, but visualizing with love. So you'll manifest using the heart chakra. You'll end up manifesting unconditional self-love, universal love for the world, for the planet, for the people in this world, for the animals. You'll also cultivate friendships and romantic relationships. You'll have more courage, more empathy, and you'll have a really healthy immune system. And the mindset that you'll want to be in when you do these poses is compassion and unconditional love. And so, and I want to just focus a little bit on unconditional love, because this really does mean unconditionally loving yourself, because you are your universe. And unconditional means loving the ugly sides of you. And chances are, we have a lot of aspects of ourselves that we think are ugly. And that is why we have a hard time loving ourselves. It's really important that we learn how to see those sides of us as beautiful, as authentic, as true, and have compassion for them and just love them the way you would love another who's imperfect. And yeah, compassion. Compassion is everything. So the affirmation for this is, I am loved and accepted. The yoga poses are all back bends, cat, cow, especially cow, bridge pose, wheel pose, fish is great, camel, bow, and dancing Shiva. And my favorite ones that activate the heart chakra are starting out in bridge pose. If you haven't gotten to wheel yet, you would start in bridge, and then as you start to get comfortable with bridge, then you would bring your hands behind your shoulders and just start lifting. As you lift your hips, also pushing up from your wrists, and And you might have to rest on your head for a little bit, try to not put too much weight in your head, and then until you can actually lift up, then you'll look a little something like that guy over there, or that lady over there. So this pose, when I was doing a wheel pose every day for a while, and I started manifesting so many things into my life. I kid you not. That pose is like, I feel like it's gold. Along with headstand and shoulder stand, I feel like wheel pose is the other one that is just, after I do it, I feel like I just ran a mile too. So it's just great for getting the blood pumping, getting the energy moving, and really, whenever you do a wheel pose and you're putting your head under your shoulders, under your heart, when your head is going under your heart, you're really flushing energy all through the chakras. Energy is just going all the way back. So it's really, really powerful. Next is the throat chakra. So as you're focusing on this, you're going to end up manifesting speaking your truth, self-acceptance from others, self-acceptance, and also acceptance from others. Transformation, you're going to break free from the cage that you thought you were in. You're going to have more leadership abilities. You're going to be, just feeling more authentic to who you are and living by your own design. So not just living the way that your parents wanted you to be, or the way that you were taught by your schooling system or by the friends that you grew up with. You're really going to be thinking for yourself and starting to put the pieces together of your life in a way that just feels right to you. So the mindset that you'll have during this is self-discovery and open expression. The affirmation that you'll want to focus on when you're in these poses is, I am safe to stand out. I am safe to stand out. So some of these yoga poses are shoulder stand, which is this one, and then from shoulder stand you can go into plow, and then fish. Fish is really great for the neck. Gentle neck rolls, just like this. Lion, rabbit, Ashtanga 8-limb pose, and Jalandhara Bandha. They are so hard to say sometimes. Jalandhara Bandha. I'm just gonna leave that. This bandha is in your throat. So as you activate the Mula Bandha and then the Uddiyana Bandha, this one, you actually tuck your chin. So you actually tuck your neck back a little bit, and your chin comes down. You might have some little rolls here. It's totally okay. And then you'll want to breathe with the Ujjayi breath. So that's where you end up making like a little ocean sound in the back of your throat as you breathe in and out through your nose. So you would feel the energy come up. You can be sitting or standing during this, and you'll just activate, and you'll feel the energy, more like the Kundalini energy, just rise up through the crown. So that's really cool stuff. Third eye chakra. You're going to end up manifesting an enhanced intuition, psychic abilities. You're going to have better memory. You're going to see your path. You may see other people's paths as well. You'll have better communication with your spirit guides, and you'll become your highest self. So this is really when your third eye starts to awaken, or to activate, or pretty much to decalcify in today's world. You're really awakening to who you have. You're remembering who you are and who you came here to be. And you'll also be able to get into things like astral traveling. So the mindset that you want to have is pattern recognition and self-reflection. So pattern recognition, that's really looking at your life and being like, oh, when I say this, people respond like this, and then my life becomes like this. So I shouldn't do that. That's a cycle. Okay, starting again. So yeah, pattern recognition is when you are seeing yourself for the cycles that you've created and maybe choosing to change them. So that's self-reflection. The affirmation you want to focus on is, I see beyond the veil. And what I mean by the veil is what we have been taught is reality, that reality is only what we are. As your third eye starts to activate, you're able to sense that, oh my God, this is not just what exists. There's something so much deeper. There's something so much greater out there that you're going to begin awakening to, and it's really exciting, guys. The yoga poses that activate the third eye are child's pose, pyramid pose, doing eye rotations. So when you look to the left, you look up, you look to the right, you look down, you just sort of rotate in a clockwise, counterclockwise rotation. Focused eye gazing is where you will focus on one spot and you'll just try not to blink for a while. Your eyes might start to tear up, and then when you feel like you have to actually blink, you close your eyes and you just rest, you breathe a little bit, and you'll actually be able to see the imprint of what you were looking at. So that actually really helps to strengthen the third eye. Also, third eye focused meditation. So when you're meditating, focusing on that spot right in the middle of your forehead and in the center of your head, the pineal gland. And aura seeing practices. So if you wanted to practice with someone, having them stand in front of a wall and just sort of gazing your eyes at them, but sort of not at them, and you'll eventually be able to see usually like a little white light around them. You have to try not to blink. So this is where the focused eye gazing will come in handy when you're doing the aura seeing practices. Any visualization practices where you're closing your eyes and you're picturing things happening, that's going to help strengthen the third eye. Also using a neti pot is going to help clear out the sinuses, which actually helps to clear out the third eye as well. A neti pot is like a saline solution that goes in through one nostril and out the other, and it just really clears you out, gets all the toxins out. And then also tarot and oracle card reading. This might be for people who are just more open-minded to things like this. Tarot is really an intuition workout, is how I have experienced tarot. As soon as you start, you just start to learn to listen and to see and to feel. And so it really helps to strengthen your intuitive abilities. And also the oracle card readings, if you're trying to feel what card to pick, that will just also help to strengthen your intuition as well. The crown chakra is to manifest individual purpose, also channeling abilities, and to have a strong manifestation power. Going back, I just want to talk about the channeling. That just means that you're able to allow, this might sound a little spooky, but it's really not. It's actually very normal. We all do it all the time. It's really getting into the flow state. And as we get into the flow state, we're really taking on like I really believe it's our higher power. And we're utilizing our real, our highest abilities in that moment when we get into the flow state. So that's really what channeling is. And then, so you'll have stronger manifestation power. So using law of attraction, as you activate the crown chakra, you'll realize that, oh my God, I'm like a master manifester. I can pretty much manifest anything I want as you pay attention to the crown chakra. And then your divine mission, you'll really start to understand, wow, I'm here for a reason. You'll have more of a spiritual connection, absolutely. You'll have a lot of self-mastery. You'll kind of feel like a sage, like you know, like you've been there, you've done that, you know how this is going to end up, you know, you're very wise at this point. And just have enlightened perspectives. So when, say, you're stuck in traffic, you're not going to think of it as, oh my God, I'm so angry, I'm stuck in traffic. You're going to more so see it as, oh, I get a chance to you know, like look around at the world. I get a chance to sort of analyze other people in their cars. I get a chance to listen to the radio. Everything's good, and you trust the universe. You trust that everything is perfect. So the mindset that you'll be in during these poses is knowing, peace, and oneness. And that's really knowing that you are the witness to the witness of your life. You're just experiencing this as if you're watching a movie, and there's nothing to worry about. You are totally supported. This is all just an experience. And that takes activating the crown chakra to actually understand, I swear. The affirmation you will want to keep in mind when you're doing these poses is, I am one with Source. So some of the poses are headstand. Headstand is considered the king of all yoga poses. And it's right there, that's definitely my number one suggestion. Lotus pose, mindfulness meditation. So lotus is just where you're sitting. You could do the mindfulness meditation as you're in lotus, if you can get to lotus, or you can just cross your legs in Indian style if you wanted to. And then tree with an overhead prayer hands. So it's like this. That's just sort of surrounding your crown chakra, and your hands are actually energetic vortexes, so you're bringing the energy up and allowing you to channel through your chakras. And also Savasana is great for the crown because it's allowing yourself to be one. If you when you come into Savasana, if you can feel your energy just becoming like sort of loosening up and fading off with the rest of the air around you, and you'll start to feel like one with the air. And self-energy healing. So self-energy healing is really using your own hands to activate some of your energetic vortexes. Or different parts of your body. Say you're in pain somewhere. I sometimes get a pain in my shoulder. If you rub your hands together, create friction. And if you sort of visualize energy coming up from your palms, and then you place it like white light on the part that is hurting, this will really help to clear any blockages. And if you also do some visualization techniques, also you can do this with the breath. The breath is so important. I didn't talk enough about that in this, but that will be for another video. And then, yeah, the activation of all the 3 bandhas. I already talked about this. The Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, the Jalandhara Bandha. Activating all 3 at the same time brings the energy up through the crown. So as you inhale, it comes down, you activate, the energy rises back up. All right, and here's my pretty background. So now I will get into the Hatha sequence that will activate all of the 7 chakras, as well as just get the energy flowing to all the different areas of your body. Thanks so much.